That's okay. Welcome, everybody. Yes, I got new glasses. Bringing my duckies in. Whoa, whoa, man! It was hot yesterday. It's a little cooler today, thank goodness. But you know, it was, it was pretty bad. I think yesterday for the heat here in Calgary. Anything that gets over, I think 27 in Calgary, it gets really bad because not a lot of people have air conditioning here in Calgary. So it's not something that they uh that they have. The people that do have it, I bet you they just embrace it and enjoy it. But anyways, let's get into some of the astrology today and the energies today. We have a new moon. We had a new moon today. And the moon is moving on. The moon, it's like almost like this is how I feel like it's like, okay, here's the new moon. Get going, get active. Here it is. The new moon's here. Then as the moon moves on, like it's passed over the sun and it's moving towards Virgo, it's like, okay, it was nice. It was like nice seeing you. It was nice being here, but I have things to do. And that's where I feel the energy is. It's like it's basically saying like, here, we got things to do. Let's get going. Right. And it's moving into Virgo. And as it's moving into Virgo, it's gonna it's really this adjustment, especially with um, Mercury in there and with lovely little Mr. Mars there. So this is, about useful things in our lives, what's useful in our lives, and looking at what we do have, because there's many things that we believe are useful, right? And some people may not think things are as useful. For example, you want water, right? So you want a glass of water. So you drink a glass of water. Yes, I need to nourish my body with water, but you don't want water flooding into your house. It's the same thing. It's water. So there's useful things for what is out there, for what we need. And then there's sort of the flip side of what, oh my God, I don't want that much water. It's like, yeah, I want hot days, but I don't want that much hot. I don't want that much heat. I'd rather have it a little bit cooler, but maybe not too cool. So, it's that temperature gauge on looking at what is useful for you. This is looking at, how are you wanting to feel? The feelings are coming back in. The feelings have been in there for a while, but now they're getting more intense, especially with the moon, because the moon is our internal goal. In the last few days, you might have been feeling like it's like your feelings, your emotions are being, like sort of suppressed, or there's this oppression within them. But now they're coming out. And what are you going to put like towards those emotions? What are you going to put towards those emotions? Because the emotions don't charge things. You charge the emotions. You are the one that is the meter of how the emotions are going to be. And that's where this moon is. It's like it's looking at what charge, what is that voltage you are going to implement in order to create what you are wanting to create, because your internal creates your external. What is that internal way you are wanting to feel, that you are wanting to do within this energy right now? So it's about our desires, looking at our desires, looking at what are the things that deeply you really want, and not being, I guess, embarrassed, or not thinking like, oh my God, I can't want that. We just, the new moon in Leo is about our desires. It is our inner child. I mean, here comes the Leo wants to have things. The Leo wants to create, and because it is that creative energy, which is the Leo. The Leo is creative. So it's coming into, how am I going to charge this? How am I going to allow myself to step into this, into my wants and into the things that I am desiring? Because desire, when we are wanting to have our desire, this is bringing in our internal of, do I want, do I, I'm going to get off. I'm trying to get my thoughts here together. Do I want this house or do I want that house? It's like going into like, this is what I want. This is my desires. And not getting caught up in other people's charges, not getting caught up on what they like and what their needs are. Because we may all want a car or not, but maybe it's what kind of car. Do you want a truck? Do you want an SUV? What color? Those types of things. I've noticed lately, talking about cars. I've noticed lately that a lot of vehicles on the road right now, maybe it's just me, um, are black. Like Steve and I were coming out of the mall, and I'm just like looking around. I'm like, man, most of these vehicles are black. Why are they black? I mean, if I had a vehicle, right now I do drive a black vehicle, but it would be cool to have a vehicle that is, because I've been seeing these really kind of greeny teal kind of color cars. I'm like, those are cool. Yes, I could go with that. I could go with a tealy colored car or something different, something more vibrant, but maybe other people don't want it. I've had a red vehicle. Our last vehicle was red. So it's like, but I still always saw black cars. This is looking into it's like, this is what I'm desiring. I want to have something that's different, something that has a little pistach to it, but other people may not. They want to be incognito. Or maybe you don't want to have the car. You want to have something different. Maybe you don't want the mansion on the side of the hill. You want to have a cute little cabin, or you're wanting to RV it. These are our desires. These are our wants. And this is when the moon is as it's passed over the sun, going towards Virgo. It's starting to ask you, how do you want to feel? How do you want to step into your desires and your wants and your needs? How do you want to step into that? And this is a fabulous day with this new, with the energies of the moon and the new moon, of really diving deep into what it is that you are wanting to begin to create. This is a great creation week. This is a week that is really about setting in your intentions and acting upon your intentions. It's not a week to set an intention and then just sit there and hope something happens. It's about setting the intention and taking the action towards the intention that you are setting. That's where you are going to create. That is where you are going to gain, because the reason Leo comes before Virgo is about creating. It's about bringing forth this energy and looking at our desires, looking at our emotions, and looking at how we are going to determine and how we are going to charge our emotions to what it is that our desires are. And as we get into Virgo energy, the Virgo energy is like, okay, this is what I want to create. What is that action I'm going to take to do it, right? It's that service action. It's that movement, right? It's mutable earth. So how am I going to move things? I keep seeing mounds of earth. How am I going to move these different mounds of earth? What is it that I'm going to do? And making it, because it's also the health house. How am I going to make this a healthy part of my life? How am I going to create this healthy part of my life as I bring things into, and we go into the Libra energy, as we bring it all into balance, as we bring this into balance, and not getting over judgmental of what we are doing, because that's where the South Node is in Libra. And Libra with the South Node can get very over judgmental, and oh my God, you can't do it this way. Oh, you can't do it that way. Oh, too many people are doing it. So you start to really overreact and overthink everything that you are doing. Crazy. It's crazy right now. And you know, I'm going on a side. I'm taking a detour right now. Just watched a few things on things happening with Maui. I have to take the spiders off the rosemary plant. Sending up prayers to everybody over there in Maui and the devastation, and just listening to just people with boots on the ground. This isn't listening to any mainstream media. Not that I listen to any mainstream media, but just listening to a lot of the people, the boots on the grounds that's going on. And I was saying to our Dharma Love class last night that this is where we have to see that you're going to see people, like, this is going to be community really coming together, because they really understand what is going on. So you're going to start seeing the community come together, because the one thing about Hawaii and the Hawaiian Islands, there's a power there. And when somebody comes in that is greedy, underhanded, it doesn't work out. It does, as much as they want to try, it doesn't work out. Certain things have been allowed and become cohesive, but there's a lot there that hasn't. And so the power is there. And we have to understand that there's a power within this earth, within this world, that wants to bring us together in harmony and in peace. And in stepping into that harmony and peace is where we have to go. And especially when we are looking at all of this energy of our desires, stepping into our truth of who we are, the truth of what it is that we all desire. We all desire health. We all desire to make sure that we have money. We all desire it. Whether you say, oh, I don't want to talk about money, but we all desire it because we all want to pay our mortgages, our rent. We all want to have food. We all want to have, if we drive a vehicle, to pay for our insurance and whatever else we have to pay for. This is part of it. We want to have that roof over our head. We all desire that. How we do it, how it's formulated, and that's where part of this energy is up to us. It's up to us. How we step into it, it's up to us. And that's where the energy is. So how are you stepping into those desires, those wants, those needs within your life without going backwards, without self-sabotaging yourself or making yourself feel guilty because, oh my God, I can't think that way. That's just too greedy and selfish. And that's where this is coming forth and bringing forth a community, bringing forth that of what we are truly desiring and what we are truly wanting. So there you go. For those who've ordered their new moon readings, I will be having the new moon readings out later today, this evening, and into tomorrow. And if you are wanting a new moon reading, it is a recorded reading with a personal, I do a personal tarot reading with that too. Unicorns are coming out. So the unicorn cards are coming in with the readings today. I didn't bring my cards outside with me when I came. And so I would have been pulling cards for you. I might come back on and pull cards for everybody later. So, but this is where, if you are wanting a new moon reading, they're $35. Information is on my Facebook, and you can e-transfer the gurumama@gmail.com. If you are unsure, you can message me either on Instagram or on Facebook. You can even message me on YouTube, and I will get your message. So, so if you're wanting a reading, I only have 3 spaces left, because I don't do a whole bunch of these mini readings, because I like to make sure that they're personal and they're for who I'm doing it. Plus, I do look into your chart and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of work behind it and stuff like that. And I don't want to spend, taking, ooh, look at that little spider. Boing. Send them out to space. I don't want to spend hours and hours and hours researching or whatever. Anyways, that's beside the point. I'm going off. But if you do want one, definitely get a hold of me. $35. And on that note, yeah, look at what you are wanting to desire. This is a time to really look at side hustles, side incomes. This is a time to really start investigating how can I create more of an abundance in my life. Because are the mini readings done then for the year? I don't understand, Dana, because I've lost track. Oh, you got your readings till the end of the year. Plus, there's going to be for those who prepaid for your mini readings. Those who have prepaid, you get a new moon and a full moon reading every month, right? And there's only 1 month that I missed, so you'll have your new moon and full moon readings till January 2024. So they'll end in January. So that's when they will end for those who have prepaid. So it was usually for the whole year. So that's what you guys get. So you guys just go to January. So you have, August? So you got basically September, October, November. You got 4 months left of readings plus this one. Going off there. So yeah, no problem. And yeah, it's really a time to really look at whatever side hustles you want to get into. earning extra income, having that extra income is going to be important, especially as this year goes on. And as we go into 2024, you're going to find that it is going to be important to look into making sure that you create something other than your main job. So if you have a main job, I would advise other people to have something else on top of that. Start looking into other ways of creating the abundance in your life, and that's part of the energies that are coming in as well. Creating that, looking at different ways, not just relying on one stream at this time, because things can get cut off very easily. It's the uncertainty of the economy, and I know many people have told me, the Canadian economy is good, and I'm just like, really? We just went to go get bread, and thank God my husband bakes. He just baked. He loves to bake, and bake bread. So we ended up buying right now at Safeway in Calgary here. If you want a big bag of Robin Hood flour, it's $11.99 at Safeway. So if you're wanting that, I think today's the last day for the sale. So just an FYI for people out there. The thing is that bread, anyways, going back to the bread, the cost of bread, just a loaf of regular whole wheat bread, I think it was like $3 and some odd cents. I mean, it's just outrageous how much it's gone up. Even looking at, if you go to 7-Eleven, little things that you might have picked up before at Sev have gone up tremendously. One guy was talking to Steve, and he just went in there because he forgot to buy milk, and a little thing of milk this big, right? And he says, I just paid $1.99 for this like 2 weeks ago. And he goes, and now it's what, it's over three, it was $3 or something. So prices are going up. That's why it's so important to get a side hustle and have something so that you can create, more of your nest egg and be able to do different forms of investments for your own self. That's up to you. I'm not a financial advisor. And making sure that you have your investments in a way, like with different stock options and things like that, and gold and silver and things. And this is where it is. It's all about preparing. It's all about prepping. It's all about creating that income, that abundance for yourself, and moving forward. So just saying, the energies are there for you next week when Mercury goes retrograde and Uranus starts to go retrograde. It's going to be a little bit difficult to start things, and you're going to be feeling like you're been left outside the building. So, because it's going to be harder to start something at that time until Mercury goes forward, and Mercury's going to be there for a couple months. So it'll be a little bit difficult, and then the energies are drastically changing after that as we go into the Virgo, and we enter into the eclipse season in the next couple months with Libra and Aries. So get looking into things now. I mean, there's many different things you could do for side hustles. From, if you want to oh my God, you can look at like doing KDP, which is, learning how to do journals and things like that, and putting them up on Amazon. I mean, all of this is work. All of this is work. I mean, you're not going to make your $1 million right away. It's going to take work. It's going to take where you have to be the due diligence to do the research that you need to do, right up to if you want to do anything on Etsy, if you want to do anything on any other platform or Shopify or anything like that. If you're wanting to start to go to markets and you want to create something, it's your due diligence. And that's where the energy is. It's like you have to get off your ass and do the work, right? It's not just going to come to you. You can't just do the mantras and think, oh yeah, it's going to just appear. No, it's getting up, doing the work. What do I have to do? What does that look like? Doing, it's a business. It's a business. And what you are wanting to do for the business. There's for me right now, I got a long-term goal of what I want to do. And I've had, and that's out there. That's my big oak tree that I want, and it takes a while for the oak tree to grow. But right now, I am looking at the things that grow, like the flowers and things like that, and I'm creating within my garden with, this is what I want to create, are these little harvests. Some things are, maybe the vines are going to take maybe a year or two to create something from there. The apple tree might take 3 to 4 years to create, where the oak tree is, 10 years from now, maybe might be sooner. So this is when you start putting your agenda together, and start looking at, this is what I need to start doing. And this is a week, and this moon is the moon to begin to start moodling out, writing it out, and then begin to take action on it. Okay. Have a blessed one, everybody. And definitely let me know if you're wanting your new moon reading. And we will talk to you all. Hopefully, I'm going to try and see if I can get on here later on today, and I'll bring in and I'll do a reading for everybody. Okay. So, and bring my cards out, because I didn't bring them out now. So have a blessed one, everybody.